Take your 3 plus 4 reps. Seated side curls. Take heels. 12 reps right on. 12 reps. Or failure, whichever comes first. mostly slippery to keep in that one now. Don't write any comments if you didn't hit the like button. Or you get blocked. did this yesterday, and I don't have to do more. Just a few reps of the same exercise I did yesterday. I can feel the sore, so I don't have to do that. Now, we'll do some.
This is one way to do them. Kill the momentum between each rep. Start from a dead hang. Knees to nipples. Step down to kill momentum. Return to dead hang. Fall by knees to nipple. Down, kill momentum. Rinse and repeat. Another way to do this is to utilize momentum and allow some sway. It becomes like this now. Here's another way. Knees to elbows. A lot of times, if you start a new exercise, you should be able to do at least bare minimum 3 reps. Okay, if you do something, you should be able to do at least 3 reps of anything you do, or it's too heavy. That's a way to look at it. I was trying to download the exercise, streamed that on TikTok yesterday. Pretty much the same exercises here. Save the weighted squats and races, weighted races, ankle weights you call. And let's see if I'll be able to download it. So this was I cracked this open and chugged it before going live. This is an electrolyte drink, and after finish it, as a pre-workout, I poured vitamin C water into it. And there's always like a little bit left. So at least a few drops at the bottom of the can. Even if you go kind of like this, there's always a little bit left. So I poured the vitamin C water in there. I can still taste the taste of the energy drink in there. But barely. humility is not a physical posture to assume. And you can be psychologically dominant. You can be dominant mentally and still have a posture that appears to be submissive. In the same way, humility is not a posture to assume. It's like, if I'm walking like this, that means I'm humble. I can go, well, I got bad posture, so I'm a humble Christian. I'm a great humble Christian because look at my humble posture. You can have a humble posture and be dominant mentally, understand? In the same way, you can have perfect posture and be humbler. See? So submission, humility is not a physical posture, you see. Neither is dominance. You can have a dominant mindset while maintaining a posture appears to be submissive from a certain point of view. You can be submissive minded with dominant body language. So it's like if you're, it's like, I don't know, if somebody catches me pick up this weight, they can't go, oh, Mike is bowing down before me, because submission is not posture. You can bow down to pick something up without submitting to anything, and you can be submitting to something while maintaining a erect posture. Understand? And praying to God, you don't have to kneel and go on your knees to pray to God. You don't have to sit by the side of your bed and then kneeling and clasp your hands to pray. Most of the time when I pray, I'm not on my knees and I'm not clasping my hands. Most times I'm praying, I'm just doing daily life activities and talking to God in my mind. So, the heart is more important than how you carry yourself physically. Speak of posture, I've worked to improve my posture, and part of that is exercises, stretching, and carrying things like this. I spent so many years in front of a computer like this, playing video games. And a lot of stuff that I do is I wash the dishes, ends up being like this, or washing my hands on the sink. So, and a lot of the work that I do, exercise, is on the front of the body, kind of like this. So, and I've had people gaslight me and make fun of me because sometimes I have bad posture, I'm just slouching. Yeah. And so the most likely is muscle groups that I use to maintain good posture that I haven't been using enough so that they become fatigued, those muscle groups, rapidly. A lot of times I notice there's like towards the end of the day that my posture becomes bad. If I've been sleep deprived for a long time, I've been active, walking around, eventually my posture gets bad. So most likely it's certain muscle groups get fatigued. And then the brain automatically switches to put the workload or maintaining posture to other muscle groups. And it becomes just automatically kind of like this. So, part I've been working my posture is to force good posture. And that becomes exercise. Whatever the muscle groups are to maintain good posture are being exercised by maintaining good posture. And then, especially if lifting weights, focusing extra much on that, to at least some of the times stand straight as I'm lifting, and also do more work behind the body. So see, I might, if I'm able to download the TikTok live channel, also around 40 minutes I did yesterday, I throw it up on YouTube as a video. And I'm not expecting to get many views, maybe 12 views in 18 hours on it. Upload the video. But I might want to put it there. what you can see with the legs, it's an explosive switch that and then exploding, my whole body is exploding. Where okay. Attack from high position, fighting tall, a lot of times everyday stance, combat stance, a lot of times I spend walking like this, okay, and not always like this, okay, and a lot of times I walk and look like this, everyday stance, combat stance. And from this, part of the fourth generation for powerful elbow strikes is going tall, where if I'm gonna crash down with a powerful elbow strike, it's powerful enough to arm punching it from close range. But if I want to make it really hard, elevating myself and then moving my body weight forward and down at the same time is making me hit harder. So same with this here, where I can go and charge up by going tall, understand? And it's the same as if I want to let a powerful elbow strike, I can go here and then move in like that, forward and down. With my upper body is up, and then I'm rolling forward and I'm moving forward and down at the same time. Same works with this. See here, and I'm hitting it with the jab here. It can also be a palm strike or just putting this like lightly touching or in front of me. Where it's see here, and then from here push pull kind of, and it's here, here. Don't try anything similar at home. Anytime if you see me do knife fighting, shadow boxing or impact training with an actual knife, if you want to try it, you get a training knife for safer training. So don't try anything similar at home. Now this is a sheathing knife, but don't do that either. Speed is the chief thing, okay, sometimes speed. With good speed you can telegraph your attacks. I said it before. If you get good enough at telegraphing stops being telegraphing. Because if you're fast enough, the telegraphing is what? Charging up your attacks to make them more powerful, hit harder. The highest level, I don't say don't telegraph. I say get better telegraphing, and you get good enough at telegraphing. The highest level of telegraphing is not telegraphing anymore, it's just powerful attacks, understand? So if I go like this, for example, which one do we do? See here, notice what I just did there is shape my attack and then throw forward. But because I did it so fast, it's practically not telegraph anymore. Do you understand? So if I go like this, okay, now I'm telegraphing because the attack didn't come yet. But if it's just a blur of speed and it's the same move, waves like this, it's less telegraphy, just because I'm doing it faster. So I'm moving back here and then forward here, okay? And the telegraphing is charged up by attack that makes it more powerful. So the highest level of telegraphy starts being telegraphing. And I'm not going to do too much because there's like a Russian boxer that the doctor said that he fucked himself up because of missed shots and moving so fast and like explosive so many times that he was just wrecking his body by being like exploding so many times, okay, and not like in the bedroom but like in the ring, okay. And so it's okay, and not like a mustache. There's different types of explosion. It's not like it's not like that, okay, and not in the bedroom, but he was exploding in the ring and it trains like so many explosive like explosions. I'm not making fun of mustache, but it's a joke, okay. So okay, so it's like I remember that it's like a guy who got messed up with the Russian boxer. The doctor said, it's like, yeah, you messed yourself up by missed shots. Where it's like he's so fast. It's like like this, and it's like he gives himself a concussion because he's moving so fast and it's a miss shot. So he's moving so fast, so exposed to shot up the hook, whatever. He turns his body head comes to a halt, which makes his brain rotate inside of his head. So he was just too fast and the exposure was so good and throwing too many powerful and fast shots. So the doctor said, yeah, you fucked yourself up by missing shots, okay? Which be like, if I'm dumping this Indian uppercut, like a powerful uppercut, go down here and then kind of like this, okay? And I dumped the engine into something, it doesn't remember as much. But if it's a missed shot, it kind of like, because this is so much energy that it pulls on everything. So I'm not going to do too much full speed, full power. It's like I really need to make the point and telegraph as fast as I can to prove the point that you can see, yeah, it was so fast that I can't see telegraphing. I have other videos doing that. So, active hands. Now this can quickly become this, see here, this here. This can quickly become this, see. So he can quickly become this too. Yeah. It's not the Canada, we had to go to mental CGI. So, see this tip here, it can be here. Just with the beat up. So see here, and I'm moving back as I'm watching. So, certain rules can be bent, other rules can be broken. So I've been able to break the rules where I see boxing coaches make videos to guys, it's like how to punch hard. Apparently I don't have to watch the videos. Okay, I see my past training things. And it's like, they say it's like how to land hard. You have to be planted, and it's like you use lower upper body rotation and stuff and pivot on the foot. I've proven these people wrong. I don't have to. When I get down on my knees in front of the martial arts dummy, I'm just arm punching hooks like this, and I'm hitting hard enough. To the point diminishing returns to where hitting harder than that is not useful. Hitting harder I can do with arm punching on my knees. I'm hitting hard enough to break ribs, drop with the liver shot, to hurt you, and anything about that just makes it more like I break my hand hitting you, understand? See, so it's like hard enough to do what I want to do with the punches, and anything harder than that, it's just unnecessary, and I hit bone, I'm more like to break my wrist. So certain rules can be bent, other rules can be broken. To hit hard boxing punches, you have to use lower and upper body rotation till pivot right foot. Yeah, maybe if you're not a superhuman athleticism guy, okay. Maybe if God hasn't blessed you with strength, speed, power, stamina, and martial arts ability and stuff, you have to play by the rules, okay? It's like a boxing coach, maybe learn how to punch with power. It's like, I don't have to, I got videos, apparently I'm hitting hard on the stairs. So I'm not one of these guys that have to watch a boxing coach instructor videos to learn how to have hand speed or punching power, any of these things, okay? And sometimes I get tired, like you have to, say, I have to. Okay, it's like, let's prove these people wrong. Get down on my knees in front of them and just arm punch like this. And it's like undeniably I'm hitting hard and hard enough. So certain rules can be bent. Certain rules, I know boxing, like I know Kung Fu, Neo in the Matrix. Pray to God. God, I pray help you get better at fighting. I know boxing punches, Muay Thai techniques, all kinds of techniques, understand? And certain rules can be bent. There's a quote from the Matrix movie, other rules can be broken. So it's like there's certain rules. It's like to hit hard in boxing. So many boxing coaches, like you have to pivot on the foot, right foot, turn, upper body, low body rotation, combine these things to have a chain going from the leg all the way up. Okay, yeah, I'm not denying that, but it's like I don't have to. I can arm punch and generate enough force. I'm saying I can arm punch and throw hard enough. And it's like efficiency of movement, where with the good bottom end, that makes you share the workload or generating kinetic energy impact across your whole body. So there's less using only certain muscle groups. It can be like efficiency, okay? Where it's like if I need to throw 60 punches, spreading the workload on more muscle groups and using less energy for each punch, there can be a utility in it. But I don't have to understand. So Yeah, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna do like the intense, high level shadow boxing. I'll be moving around a little bit. I don't know if I told about the secret of monkey magic kung fu, understand? That's if I was fighting the UFC, I'd had the announcer introduce me as hailing from Sweden, fighting under the style of monkey magic kung fu. Okay, that's what I haven't been married. So I said monkey magic kung fu, and I call me they just knock out with boxing punches. But it's the magic kung fu is like this, it's just a knockout, understand? So I go ahead support. So. Just in something to safe. Okay. Pick that jab like a rotten apple. Yeah. Yeah. There's some guys that I don't have to watch this instruction or go to gym or stuff like this. I've seen people make moves before, and if I can see somebody do it a lot of times, and I can be able to do it too. That's part of how I believe the guys help me to be able to learn things. So much like me in the Matrix, I was a Christian. Okay, never stopped being when I got saved. Pray to God, start praying to God after God saved, get better at fighting and fitter and faster. I pray to God He make me fast and help me stay fast and get fit and better at fighting. And I've stayed fast and fit and fast, okay, and fit, and also fit and fast. Additionally, fast, okay. So in addition, fit, okay. Further, both fast and fit have I remained since, okay. So here's the point. And I pray to get better at fighting. I've learned all kinds of techniques since. I did boxing punches and doing it at a level that is rare. Okay. The speed, the power, it's not just the speed of the punches, it's the accuracy and the power of the punches. Okay. So there's sometimes. So there's the point. Yeah, so yeah, my point is this. So I've thanks to God, like David, blessed Lord my strength, which teaches my things if I has to also God. I'm self-taught. I pray to God get better fight. I've learned boxing, punches, Muay Thai techniques, all kinds of stuff. I'm able to execute these techniques at a level that's rare, with the speed, the power, and things like this. Just pray to God. Now, if you're gonna analyze things, like part of how God has answered the prayer and helped me being able to throw powerful boxing punches and Muay Thai elbows and stuff. Part of it can have been me seeing things, being exposed to seeing other people execute techniques in a video, like watching Muay Thai fights and boxing fights and things like this. And it's in here, and then later on, it flows out and I'm able to execute something that I've seen before. And then you can drill it. So here's the point. It's all it takes is one time it comes out and then you just drill it. So anyway, the point. One of my favorite punches to throw, just because of how powerful they are, and is the overhand right. This is a drill I like to do, where it's a step in level change, overhand right, okay. And another man that I've seen other than myself, who throws powerful overhand rights, Chuck Liddell, and also Roy Nelson, okay. Roy Nelson. And Roy Nelson is one of these outliers. So there's no boxing coach, UFC coach will tell you. Since there is, and it's like the copium smokers are loving that. Like guys that have dad boards in the 20s. And be like, oh, the Roy Nelson, he's got a dad board. Okay. He's an outlier. Nobody right now will be like, well, I'm an MMA coach. To get you from the amateurs to UFC, we need to get you to have the physique of Roy Nelson. That's what we're aiming for. Diet, nutrition, don't exercise too much, eat a lot, get a beer belly, and man boobs and get fat, and that's like, do you understand? That's an outlier. That's rare that somebody's built like that and still knocking people out that are built like that look the part of being a combat athlete. Okay, let's see. So that's an outlier, and that's not something that would be recommended for most people. So it's like, despite having that physique, is able to win. So Warren Nelson is a guy who used a overhand rights knockout, and for my memory, it's like a lot of his knockouts in the highlight is the same thing, where he's connecting with the left, okay, and then throw the overhand right. So he kind of moves forward, connects with the left, and then the overhand right, okay. Also, Chuck Liddell thought he was proposing the overhand right, where he wanted people to throw it. He's like, no. It's like, don't throw it like this. Like, I want to throw kind of like almost like this, like this, okay. So there's different ways to do it. That's the point. I can hit hard enough an overhead right to knock you out, with kind of just from over my shoulder, okay. So that's an overhand right where I'm throwing it over my shoulder, okay. Kind of like this, kind of like this, okay. I can make it hard enough, and if I'm really putting the full force into it, I'm more likely to shatter my whole hand if I connect to the forehead with it. Understand? So I don't have to make it that hard, but I do like to throw it in training, and really I show speed and power, and I enjoy feeling it. Understand? Generating kinetic energy, immense kinetic energy, and delivering that upon my target. Understand? So. Another drill I like to do is the backhand, pull myself into a right hook. So here, especially if I'm like this. So from this position, a lot of times how I build martial arts, if it's knife fighting, martial stick fighting, is starting from a certain stance, and kind of what can I do from here? And then it's like this one way I can do this from this stance, a stance guard, working from assuming a certain stance guard, and then working from that. What can I do from this stance guard? I can do this. What else can I do for this stance guard? I can do this. What else can I do for this stance guard? Well, I can do this, okay. What else can I do for this stance guard? Well, I can do this, okay. It's like, what else can I do for that stance guard? Well, I can do this, okay. What else can I do from like this general stance guard? I can do this, okay. What else can I do? Like this here, okay. What else can I do? This. What else can I do? This, okay. And then you learn different stances guards and different ways of attacking those stances guards, and then you can flow with it more, make it more fluid when you're chaining sequences. And then it's like so now when you got that, you got to hang on, like, here's the stance guard, and then from here I can go this, like this, okay, here, and you learn this other way, and then say, what's another stance guard? Well, maybe this, okay. What can I do from here? A more powerful diagonal cut like this. What else can I do from here? Like a scorpion attack like this. What else can I do? This low hook here. What else can I do from here? Well, I can do a back cut behind myself like this, straight, like 12-6 or close to it. What else can I do? Well, I can do a more diagonal cut like this that has a wider danger zone. And then once you played around with different things, you learn different stances and guards. Now you can change things together, and you can incorporate level changes and moving in and out and around and flow more with it. Okay, so and that works as it's like have a bad plan. It's like that's not the only way, and not necessarily the best way to learn a martial arts. That's the fine life, but it is a way that works to improve ability if you do it right. Where it's like, let's say it's stick fighting. It's like just here, just having it like this. Okay, what can I do from here? This, okay. And then you learn that one way. And you can, okay, so walk away, what can I do? Same thing, step in and execute the same technique. Okay, and then it's like you learn, I can do a level change, step in, and then execute the technique. And then you learn different stances, guards, or attack on them, and then you can start flowing with it. And alternate and things like this. that is a way where you can improve your ability. Oh yeah, so talk about break the rules. I can hit hard, not just moving away from you, but I can hit hard, jumping and being in the air while moving away from you as I'm impacting. I can connect hard, jumping and being in the air, moving away from you, and still hit hard as I'm in the air, not planted, moving away from you, and I can still make it hard. Understand? And snappy. So see there, for example, if that lands, that's hard enough and snappy enough, that's an effective punch. Understand? That will do something to it. So from here, see there, and it's the last part that's very explosive and snappy there. So once again, breaking the rules was like you have to be planted as you landed to hit hard. It's like you don't move away to hit hard. It's like you move into your attack. It's like I don't have to play those rules. I don't have to pivot or be planted with both legs, not even one. I can move away from you with both feet in the air and still connect with you hard. Understand? So these are high-level athletic maneuvers that it's not everybody's cup of tea. Understand? And most people simply don't have the athleticism to pull off certain fighting styles or moves. Understand? So part of fighting ability will always be athleticism. It will always be there. Stamina, cardio, explosiveness, athleticism will always be part of it. So there's two extremes that are wrong way to think. One way to think is just train like a track and field athlete from street fighting ability. Just I'm fast, I'm explosive, I got good cardio, and that's all I need. And you're like really athletic, explosive, fast, stamina, endurance, jump, everything. Leg power in your legs, everything. But you're not training techniques, fighting techniques. You're not able to do them. Other extreme would be only training techniques, but not focusing on athleticism. Okay. Whereas I'm just learning different techniques, but you're out of shape and you're slow and you gas out quickly and you don't have exposure. So athleticism, fighting specific athleticism is important and technique is important. So both things, if you have fighting athleticism at a high level and technique at a high level and you combine the two, now you have really something. Okay. So we gotta do a little bit of knife fighting. So there's a few guards. So here's the guard you can use here. And there's different unicorn guards, okay? There's different guards. So with this grip, I can have it here. Now obviously I'm not gonna be wanting to hold it here because if I receive force here, it's pushing the blade into my head, okay? So if I have it like the bottom of my thumb here, that's better than having it here. Or obviously if it's a dagger, it's like resting it against your skin is a better idea. So having it like this is better than having it like this, okay? Another thing when it comes to parrying is a lot of times parrying down is better than parrying like this, okay? So if there's a thrust coming at you and I'm kind of like this, reflex defense, okay? And I'm waiting for a straight thrust to come to parry it, okay? Now if I parry it like this, I might guide the blade into my own neck, understand? Because once I impact with the arm, the knife I'm moving straight, I might divert it and guide it into my neck or some other vital, understand? So a lot of times it makes more sense to parry like this, understand, to scoot it like this if it's a straight attack like this. And you're not trying to catch the blade, but the blade arm, okay? So this can work, this here. And then if this is coming like a straight thrust like this as the defense can work. Where here's the arm, and then move it to the side, like this. Now you have to be fast enough, and you have to be fast enough. That's important. So from here, and here's another thing. Ultimately, you have redundant defense. So where I've tried this in sparring too, where I had somebody throw attacks at me, and ultimately you want to have redundant defense. So is it possible to be planted, remain planted, and from parrying alone, make the person's thrust not impact with the torso? Yeah, it's possible. Is it possible to, from jumping back out of range alone, force the person to overextend and not connect with the torso? Yes, by moving back quickly, in of itself, you can make the person's thrust not get into the torso. So this in of itself, parrying, can keep the thrust from getting to torso. This in of itself can have the same effect. This in of itself can also make a spear thrust or a knife stab also miss. See, it's here, like here, see? This in of itself. Now, a redundant defense is where I'm not trusting one of these things of itself, relying on that. Like this longer staying planted, wait for it, and then trusting this or this, okay? But I'm having redundant defense where I'm doing this and this at the same time. So this in of itself can make the stab not hit. This in of itself can make the stab not hit. But if I combine the two, it's more likely that I'll be successful in keeping the blade from penetrating, understand? So, and these type of things are things that you can do in training. And if you want to train these type of things, you have a training knife, a rubber training knife, and not always not a real one. There's different things you can do. Here's the stance. You should be able to be dangerous from any position. That's mine. You should be able to be dangerous from any position. Any position you end up with. If I end up over here, I should be able to be quickly attacking it from here. If I end up over here, I should be able to quickly be able to attack from here. If I end up over here, I should be able to quickly be able to attack from here. You should be able to be dangerous from every position. So if I miss this, end up over here, I should have drilled ultimate hand muscle memory from returning from this position with something else. That could be here, either cut here or stab, something like this. So there's different things you can do in training to improve your ability. There's another one that I like, an X cut. So from here, this is a combo. This here. So from here, or whatever, from the right side. Here, cut here, go up here, and then attack from here. And see what you do, you can do it tight or wider. So here's the tighter. See, 1, 2, like this. So here. See here, and it's 2 diagonal cuts. So it'd be here, or it could be the first one here and the second one to the neck, for example. So from here, see here, and I'll go here a lot of times. Or wider. And make it more powerful. There's so many things you can do. See if we do some more muscle training. Yeah, we're gonna do some body weight neck exercises, which I have been doing. So if you notice in my neck, that's not from like doing body, like any type of exercise. It's just from not having low T and walking around looking at things, okay? So now I have started doing a little bit of, more often than never, some neck exercises. Or like Penguin C would be saying, blowing goals, okay? Get your mind out of your treat with all this stuff. Maybe you should have a flag that over there, people on it talking like that. So I'm not joking with a week me making one of these videos. He needed to talk about people blowing goals in this video, okay? What I'm passing as a beta cockboy, understand? So anyway, I'm going to be doing more neck exercises, okay? And if you're Penguin C and you've seen that video and you're thinking about max out blowing goals, maybe you got some conversion therapy that you have been doing. Okay, and if not, then maybe you should. Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna do some neck exercises. And for neck exercises, here's what I'm gonna tell you. You don't use too much momentum. You don't do it like dynamic stretching or something like this when I'm doing this, okay? You don't wanna move too fast, okay? Don't wanna decelerate too fast. And don't wanna do it too hard. So with the body weight neck exercises, you go light, okay? So I'm gonna do some neck exercises here. And simply just this. Do some reps of this. And now I'm alternating form where I'm going down to chin to touch here. That's not yeah. So the form I'm picking now is touching here and touch here. A lot of times when I'm exercising, I'm picking a certain form. It's not always the same form. So to do bicep heavy curls, it's like a button, a trigger. Where I go touch here and touch here, okay? And that's the form that I'm picking. So for this neck micro workout, I'm going from touching here to touching here, okay, where I can feel myself impacted with something. And you don't want to be doing this too fast or violent if you're doing this. And that's enough for now. Now I'm going to be doing some other ones. It will be this. Okay, that's another one. And I can divide it and do one side at a time. Do 3 reps here. Ear to shoulder. Then 3 reps here, ear to shoulder. Mike Tyson messed his neck up and required surgery by doing neck exercise he was doing on the floor, rolling with his body weight on the neck like this. And he credits that with wrecking his neck. So this is not that intense type of neck exercise. And I've seen some people do weighted neck exercises where they have a thing with weights hanging off of it. As with everything, I would recommend as a general rule of thumb, you start with body weight and you don't start with weighted stuff. So if you're a person that hasn't been doing squats, you don't start with weighted squats and holding weights or having a bar with weights, okay, weighted squats. You start with body weight squats, and then later on you go to light weights and then heavier weights. And you don't start an exercise, you have been exercising your neck, you have been doing any neck exercises, and you just buy one of these things and have weights on. So now you start with body weight first, and then light weights if you want to do with weights. You can do cardio only. No, you can do body weight exercises only. Okay, if you're gonna do weights, do progressively heavy weights. So. Yeah. So we're gonna do some flexion. I just blocked the person in the chat. They have been checking the chat. And I've also got some comments that I click save highlight. So sometimes when I make live streams like this, the flexing moments become YouTube short because I click the save highlight there. And then I'll upload it as a short, it goes down listed. Also YouTube has a new AI feature which automatically saves clips. Sometimes they're great, okay? But it's happened at least once, there's like, that's a great highlight. But as a standalone short video, even though the YouTube AI picked it, I don't feel comfortable uploading it. Okay, it happened this once. It was like they said, great that I'm cracking jokes about smoking cigarettes to heal my lungs or something like this. And okay, it's a comedy. And then okay, and then it's like the YouTube highlight, the AI picked that as like a short clip unlisted. And I look and it's like, well, that's a great thing. The AI did a good job in picking like a good moment, but I don't feel comfortable uploading all of a sudden. So that's a standalone video out of context. Because it's gonna be like disclaimers before and after that. A little bit of light shadow boxing. No, actually, first it's like I quite kept family with it, so we're gonna do YouTube short. My wife tells me she loves my six pack, and also she's told me she loves my V shape. She knows things about me I don't even know myself. She likes my V shape, she says, and my six pack, and my handsome. She likes my handsome too. Okay, so that's another feature that Maxa has. That Maxa body has handsome, six pack, V shape. Okay, and sometimes it's also new and improved with a clean shave, understand? My wife likes when I clean shaven. She doesn't like when I let my beard go on and start having facial hair growth. She likes it. Sometimes she goes, honey, when you shave again. Okay. And it's like it was like she's looking forward to next time I will shave, understand? She goes, well, honey, when you shave next time or something like this. And then it's like next time I end up shaving it, I make sure to record a video and show off the facial hair free face and send it to her. And she's like, oh, I like it. She's good cancer. So yeah. Me and we were match made in heaven. I don't pay too much attention to low status, low attractive females. And I say so this. I'm a one woman type of guy. And the type of woman that I pick is a high status female, high value, understand? So to be able to attract a valuable woman, high value woman, you need to be a high value man, understand? So you can't have both ways. You can't be an ugly, weak incel who's fat and unattractive and have no confidence, no charisma, no personality, nothing going for yourself, and attract like a 9. You can't be like a 2 across the board, like financially, personality, mentality, everything, and then attract an 8, okay? You have to be value for value. You have to be valuable. You have to have something going for yourself. And thanks to God, I was able to attract a wonderful woman. And I don't have to settle for the average Western female that's hyper masculine. Low feminine, low attractive with a high body count. Yeah. So I love my wife, understand? And she loves me. And I like, she's a wonderful woman, understand? And that's a match made in heaven, literally. I was a single Christian man for many years. Long story short, I got to a point where it's like, and I was content with living celibate, understand, voluntarily, not like an instant. I wasn't trying to get laid and failing at it. I was trying not to get laid and not watch porn and things like this as a single Christian man, working to keep myself sexually pure and improving that way. And in a certain way, at a certain point in time, in the process of time, it happened that I prayed unto the Lord once more. And he said, I will return to the according to the time of life, or something like this. Okay, this is important. In the process of time, it happened that I prayed to the Lord. Then began like Sarah to pray unto to call upon the Lord. Okay, desiring a wife. The desire of my heart was to find a wife, a virtuous woman. And I prayed to God to help me find a wife. Since I'm a Christian, I'm not supposed to be an unbeliever. So once I started, like, I feel like it's time to get a wife. 13 is the time. I feel like it's time to get a wife. And the average Christian, a lot of guys can't. A lot of people are too weak to survive alone, unfortunately. They don't have the discipline to avoid certain sexual temptations. So anyway, here's the point. It's better to marry than to burn. It is better to marry than to burn. Okay. Anyway, here's the point. Anyway, I was single. I got to a point where I wanted a wife, and I prayed to God to help me find a wife. And I have standards, which means I'm looking for God to help me find a good wife material, a good wife for me. And it's going to be objective, general things to make a wife good, like proverbs, okay? And it can be specific things that are personal. I don't like blondes, for example. I'm more attracted to an Asian woman, or like dark. Okay, so anyway, I started praying to God to help me find a wife. And I pray that she will either be saved when I meet her, encounter her, or be open, receptive to the truth that I'm becoming saved after we meet and start talking to her. God answered that prayer. I find we start talking a lot, and I can tell this is a great, we make for a great wife, okay, great wife material. Not a Christian yet, but she exhibits a rare degree of openness and acceptance unto the truth. And after I begin to preach unto her the truth and the Christian Godhead, eternity, and everything, eventually comes a time where she trusts in God's preservation and she becomes saved. And we have since gotten married. So we're not boyfriend, girlfriend, we're married, okay? See, we got married. Here's another thing. A lot of Christians are retarded idiots, okay? So, and it's like, they think that it's a sin to smoke cigarettes and gamble, okay? Show me a verse that says it's a sin to play the lottery. Show me a verse that says it's a sin to smoke cigarettes. You can't argue for it without arguing against yourself. Because, well, Mike, smoking is bad for your body, which the temple of the Holy Ghost is addictive. You just described sugar. The average American, including the average Christian, consumes about 50 grams of the addictive toxic substance known as sugar per day, okay? See? So there's a lot of things that people think are like Pharisees, rules that God doesn't have, or call things sins that are not, or call things sins that you're smoking cigarettes while they're addicted to sugar, eating high sugar diet is hurting possibly more than a pack of cigarettes per day, and spraying toxic countertop cleaners in their home, and air fresheners, and shampoo, and soft, and all these other things. So they're inhaling toxic carcinogenic fumes all day, and eating high sugar diet. And they couldn't match your cardio performance. But it's like, you're a sinner, Mike, you're bad, because I'm making a string piece of the gospel that they're not doing either. Red lies the lost world. It's like, Mike, you're bad because you're smoking cigarettes. Sinner smoking cigarettes. First of all, they haven't proven smoking to be a sin. And for them to prove it, I've never seen somebody make a call their argument for smoking be a sin. It's like the thing that I had to go to, it's like your body's a temple of the Holy Ghost. Smoking hurts your body. Okay, you're a Christian, body's a temple of the Holy Ghost. Smoking hurts your body and it's addictive, therefore it's a sin. You just described sugar, okay? Sugar is addictive, toxic, hurts your body. And I personally believe that eating 80 plus grams of sugar per day is as bad, possibly worse than smoking a pack of cigarettes per day, okay? And the average American according to statistics says 80 plus grams of sugar per day, while being vitamin C deficient. Now, I gotta have to do a disclaimer. I'm not a licensed physician, okay? Talk to a doctor before making a change to diet, lifestyle, supplementation, and medication, okay? Talk to a doctor before starting to stop with taking the supplements and medications, okay? It's my personal belief and opinion about things. So anyway, yeah, so thank God for weed. Thank God for weed, my wife. And he said, decided right, decided good to obtain a favor of the Lord, something like this. A virtuous woman who can find. So we I'm happy with her. She loves me, I love her. We're attracted to each other in every way, meaning physically, personality, in every way. And yeah, there's joy in heaven over a sinner that repents. So I believe that I know that God has been happy when I won the Jew and the trash talk to the Lord. And my wife, I have won both Jews and Gentiles unto the Lord with the gospel. And I know that God is rejoicing in heaven when a lost person is found. This Luke chapter 15. See Luke chapter 15. So, yeah. Luke chapter 15 has application to lost people getting saved and wayward Christians returning unto the Lord. Okay. So Luke chapter 15 has application to lost people getting saved and saved people walking after the flesh and like walk away from the Lord, returning unto the Lord. So there's dual application, and there's more than that. Okay, there's more application than that, but like two things that Luke chapter 15 addresses is lost people getting saved, and that is something God is happy about, rejoices about, and saved people that depart from the Lord, returning unto the Lord. So walking after the flesh, it'd be similar. One application would be like a Christian gets saved from the gospel, and then initially it's like they're all faithful, they care about the Bible and praying and stuff and pleasing God, and then they just cares of this world, the deceitfulness of riches and stuff, and they just care about it. They go back to like a normal lost person, don't care about the Bible, they're not praying, their stuff. They just do like an average lost person, care about sports and Hollywood movies and not reading the Bible or anything. And then returning to it's like to the Lord and the Bible and the prayer life and things like this. So yeah, Luke chapter 15 is a good chapter as opposed to other chapters of God's word that are not good. Okay, that's a joke. Obviously, every chapter is good. There's nothing that God made that's not bad, but that is not good. Okay, so it's like sometimes say people, it's a good chapter as opposed to what other chapters are not good. Okay, so there's no bad chapters in the Bible. There's chapters that deal with bad things happening. Okay, but there's no bad chapters, so they're all good. You can have personal favorites, and there could be certain verses and chapters that are right now more relevant to you.
So, bodily exercise profit little, but godliness profit all things. And I do believe that godliness, intermittent godliness in me, has problems with my physical health. Meaning, I'm ripped with a 6 but a 36. Only one in 25,000 men. So in this culture I stand out in my body, which is the temple of the Holy Spirit, that it's really not obese and sickly and weak, understand? Okay. And what happened? I pray to God, see? A lot of people can't see this, but it's like I pray to God. So I do believe that godliness has prospered me physically. Do you understand? Praying to God in faith for healing and getting fit and staying fit, see? And then God helps me to learn what I must do to have this outcome. Do you understand? It's like I get saved, I pray to God, start praying to God to get stronger, fitter, faster, and healthier. And I end up finding truth about how bad sugar is for you, how important vitamin C is, what to avoid, what to do. Do you understand? And I apply it. And what's that? Praying to God with faith, and then being able to like respond to the truth. Do you understand? Simply say, if I pray to God to like, God, I pray to help with my allergies, stuff like this. And I didn't know about vitamin C and sugar, like eating less sugar can have allergies. And I come across a video about how bad sugar is and how it makes your allergies worse or something like this. And how vitamin C deficiencies can also make allergies worse or something like this. Okay, now, do I respond to this truth that God shared with me? That God made sure in His providence, works with life, circumstance, and eternally, that I came across this. Now, part of God is how you respond to the truth. It's like you pray in faith about an effect, and God responds by showing you some truth. Now, how do you respond to that? Godliness is also not rejecting the truth. See? So part of godly living is accepting the truth. And if God sheds some light into your life, how you respond to that light, if you accept or reject it, hear or forbear. See, it's like it's ungodly to reject the truth. Right? The truth hits you and you reject it. See? That's ungodly. So seeking the truth is godly. If God sends you the truth, you accept it, that's godly. But if you reject it, that's not godly. So bodily exercise profit little, but godliness is profit unto all things. And has promised both in this life and the life to come, this world and the world to come. Something like that. So there's what has helped me to stay in shape, being in rare shape. It's more, only one in 0.004% of men above 35 have six-pack abs. There's one in 20 or 25,000 something. So me getting in shape and staying in shape, it's exercising is the smallest part of it. See, getting in shape and staying in shape. Exercising is the smallest contributing factor in getting me in shape and staying in shape, I would say. It's not the biggest one for sure. Diet, supplementation, and general lifestyle is more important. What I eat, what I don't. What I put in my body, what I don't. I saw Robert Baker, who's a heretic, beware of him. Like a weak little boy complaining about petty stuff on the side. He talked about his learning about cortisol. It's like, oh yeah, maybe instead of trying to get my YouTube channel shut down by falsely reporting it, you could have been learning from me 8 years ago, 6 years ago, teaching on cortisol and stress and how to lower it. Okay. And you would have already known. See, rather than try to shut that down so other Christians can be edified by learning this. Maybe you should have listened to me years back and learned about cortisol and PTSD and how to lower it with God's help and His wisdom. And meanwhile, in Sweden, I'm being poisoned and targeted with daily persecution. Have had attempts at my life. People recruited to harass me daily in real life and online, persecute me intensely. I get attacked physically with chemicals and poisonings, and all this sick stuff going on. And it's like he's complaining about some petty stuff. Understand? He's a weak man. Unfortunately, beware Robert Baker. He's a heretic. He teaches faith works in the Old Testament, which is heresy. Jews in the Old Testament were saved by faith alone, just as Gentiles and Jews today are saved by faith alone. So OT weren't saved by faith and works, as Robert Baker has taught. OT were saved by faith alone. Yeah, I'm gonna finish up. This will be another video. I'm gonna engage in some post-exercising recovery procedures, which I'm just do automatic. I think I'm doing this to recover, but I'm gonna drink vitamin C water as usual. Hydrate a little bit more, and charge my phone up in case I need for something later. Not impossible I go live again. You never know. There's a bit of a live stream. It's good that people hit the like button. Some people watching hit the like button. That's good. People that didn't, that's not good, I would say. And remember, if you tune into my live streams and you have the ability to leave comments, hit the like button before leaving a comment.